When considering Britain as a land of business opportunity, there can be found in this great land of contrasts many interesting achievements. One of these is situated about 20 miles out of London on the Bath Road. It has its own 4-platform passenger railway station connected to the British Railways, from which 2 trains a day convey workers unable to use other means of transport from and to Paddington and intermediate stations at special rates. The Slough Trading Estate locates more than 200 firms, and the directory board at the gateway to industry includes many names that are world famous. To the manufacturer who wanted to establish a new industry, and to a great many firms from the Commonwealth, as well as from the United States of America and other overseas territories, factories were made available on the Slough Trading Estate. Many of them started 20 years ago in a modest way, and now occupy imposing factories with lovely facades that blend with each other but still retain their individuality. Many industries from overseas that were established on Slough Trading Estate are now producing for the markets of the world. The products from the 500 factories on the estate vary from jam to motor cars. The factory roofs are so constructed to take full advantage of every hour of daylight. Girls find healthy working conditions and attraction, and there is something quite fascinating about watching them. Quick of hand and with sharp eyes, they keep alive craftsmanship in a plant that is modern in every respect. Manufacturing confectioners of American origin, who state that cooperation by executives of Slough Trading Estate has greatly helped their growth in Britain, occupy offices covered with a carpet that is probably the largest in Europe. Millions of biscuits are made daily on the estate under conditions of maximum cleanliness by one of Canada's best-known industrial companies. Cabinet makers, foundries, pattern makers, electrical engineers, packing case makers, box makers and printers are all on the estate to give service to their neighbours. British Railways connect the Slough Trading Estate. The estate locomotives marshal all the freight wagons for the estate and deliver these to the factory doors alongside the 10 miles of private railway on the estate. Partly finished goods often come from the continent via the train ferry in sealed container trucks, to be opened at the factory doors by His Majesty's custom officers who have an office on the estate. Town gas of a high calorific value is available to every factory. A particular feature of the estate is that it has its own power station for generating electricity for its great number of plants. Much attention has been paid to the installing of mechanical methods of handling the coal and transporting it from the point of delivery to the power plant. The powerhouse supplies the enormous power needs of motor car and cable factories, as well as the lesser but also important power needs of food processing, cosmetic works and other light industries on the estate. Enforced electricity cuts never happen on Slough Trading Estate. Boilers working at pressures of 600 pounds per square inch supply high-pressure steam to manufacturers for process and heating purposes, a service which is much appreciated. 4 artesian wells on the estate provide water of a very high grade of purity, which is led to the large reservoir situated at the highest point on the estate. Advice and guidance are available from the estate company on such diverse subjects as rating electricity, gas, water, or disposal of effluents. All the daily needs of the tenants are provided for. To the great cities and to the little towns across all the 7 seas, parcels go from the estate. Every one of the 5 joint stock banks have a branch on the estate. Each branch provides a complete financial service, including the keeping of business and savings accounts, making personal and commercial loans, buying and selling of securities, transferring money by mail or cable, safekeeping facilities for valuables, as well as every financial facility for the transaction of trade and commerce the world over. A restaurant caters for directors, executive staffs, workmen and workwomen. A mobile dressing station in use on the trading estate saves much loss of working time. The first of its kind in the world, the mobile dressing station enables medical examinations and treatment of injuries to take place at the factory door. The rear compartment is equipped as a self-contained consulting room in which complete physical examinations can be carried out in privacy and with the necessary aids. Patients suffering from injuries are treated in the forward compartment, which is equipped to the most modern standards with surgeon's basin, sterilizer and instrument table, while sterile dressings, drugs and all necessary surgical instruments are readily available. The idea of bringing the doctor and nurse with full equipment to the patient has been put into effect, and the working hours lost for treatment and examination thus reduced to a minimum. On the Slough Trading Estate is the first government training centre established in Great Britain, where men are taught to become craftsmen and then found jobs. The urgent need for more and more production space by one of our manufacturers, whose products are daily increasing in demand, entailed planning a further factory, and for the purpose of attending the ceremony of digging the first sod, Sir Noel Mobbs, the chairman of the estate company, came to a factory where General Johnson, president of a well-known American company, was waiting to greet him. Through providing a factory perfectly suited to the requirements of their industry, the organization has come in at the start of planning and building a further factory in the area. The new factory is to be built within a short distance of the existing one. Sir Noel Mobbs handed General Johnson a suitably inscribed presentation spade with which to dig the first sod on the site of the new factory. For General Johnson, this is a very proud moment, because, watched by representatives of the Board of Trade, the Ministry of Health, the Mayor of Slough, as well as representatives of the Council of the Southern Board of Industry, this ceremony marks the start of adding another factory to the many his company have already spread all over the world. Sir Noel Mobbs, chairman of the company for a quarter of a century, has also reason to be proud. The ceremony proves that an occupier is satisfied with the service given them by his company after 25 years' experience. The factories are mainly on one floor, thus providing a smooth production flow. Each day, an excellent motor bus service conveys many of the 25,000 workers on the estate to and fro from Slough and the close-by towns of Windsor and Maidenhead. The Slough Community Centre on the Trading Estate provides social, cultural and recreational facilities for young and old. The main hall, sometimes used for dancing and roller skating, can seat an audience of over 800 at orchestral concerts and plays. A large stock of scenery is kept, and the stage is equipped with a very modern lighting apparatus. All the year round, swimming pool facilities are available on Slough Trading Estate to the workers and their children. Temperature is maintained at 72 degrees, and the water is kept pure by a modern chlorination plant. The swimming instructor at all times keeps a watchful eye on the bathers. In the gymnasium, provision is made for physical culture. Skipping, shadow boxing, wrestling, weightlifting and other forms of training take place under the supervision of an expert instructor, because physical fitness is recognized as a necessity in everyday factory work. Attached to the community centre is one of the most successful amateur boxing clubs in Britain. Peter Brander, one of its members, is a 4 times amateur featherweight champion of Great Britain and represented his country at the last Olympic Games. In its early days, Slough Estates Limited provided a nucleus of houses available to buy or rent. When once the industrial side of the estate was established, the company were besieged with applications for permission to build houses from housing companies from all over the country. Quite close is the centre stadium, with a cycle track, a football pitch and facilities for athletics. Firms on the estate without their own sports field may use community centre facilities for the benefit of their workers. At national and international sports events, 5,000 spectators have been comfortably accommodated at the stadium. In a wing of the Slough Community Centre is a central clinic for the health service where adequate facilities are provided for both diagnosis and treatment. Up to 100 cases a day are referred by first aid workers to the well-equipped casualty department that is able to deal with any industrial casualty. Similarly equipped dressing stations are open to cover groups of firms at a distance from the central clinic. All modern diagnosis aids are at the disposal of the medical staff. The well-equipped X-ray department enables a prompt diagnosis to be made in cases of suspected fracture of bones, and is of great value in the early recognition of diseases of the lung, whether due to industrial or to other causes. General practitioners are fully informed of the results of X-ray investigations. Over 2,000 treatments are carried out each month in the physiotherapy department, convincing proof of the need for these facilities to be ready available to industry. Relief of pain in chronic and acute cases enables workers to continue their work and prevents the loss of time that would result otherwise in attending hospital. The London headquarters of Slough Trading Estate are situated in Berkeley Street in the heart of London's West End. The 8-storey building, within walking distance of Piccadilly, provides facilities which cannot be found anywhere else in Britain. Every day, a host of busy people concentrate on Slough Estates House, a place of dignity and a hive of activity. Buyers from home and overseas constantly call to acquaint themselves with the vast variety of products manufactured by over 300 firms on the company's trading estates. All inquiries are dealt with on the spot. The magnificent display hall is undoubtedly the finest of its kind in London. Among the many products on show are aircraft components, light engineering products, textiles, foodstuffs, and electrical goods. England can invariably turn out the best things in the world when she rarely gets down to it. Many of Britain's most sought-after products are on permanent display. A highly qualified staff of secretaries deal promptly with urgent correspondence. Overseas buyers are not only able to see the actual product, but can also obtain full information from the sales manager about prices, shipping costs, specifications, etc. A tractor and other agricultural machines are prominently displayed on a center stand, as well as mechanical equipment that is used in the building industry. To the buyer from overseas territories, Slough Estates House is particularly welcome. Often he has much to do in a very little time, and therefore much appreciates the service that enables him to obtain from one source all the information he requires. A design service, which is closely linked with the Council of Industrial Design, is available to those needing it. When a buyer expresses the desire to visit one of the factories, the receptionist quickly arranges the required facilities. The conference hall seats 150 people. Manufacturers and others use it frequently for company meetings, sales conferences, and courses of instruction, whilst at other times this luxuriously appointed room is used for social functions. A quiet, dignified boardroom, tastefully decorated and fully equipped, has proved a boon to many provincial firms who require a meeting place in London in a business environment. On the 7th floor of Slough Estates House is a licensed club, known as the London Club. Furnished to the design of one of Britain's leading architects, it caters for all tastes. In the adjacent club restaurant, delightful meals are served to members and their friends. The menus suit the most fastidious, and the courteous, efficient service is second to none. Private dining rooms are available where firms can entertain their customers and carry on through the lunch hour the business talk which have been commenced earlier in the day in the conference hall or one of the boardrooms. In the evening, the room is frequently used for private dinner parties. The elevators are never idle, with a continuous service to and from the 8 floors. A market research organization is maintained and equipped to conduct investigations into buying habits, advertising media, and conditions of competition in any market of the world. The information on all these matters is available to every firm on the company's estate. The modern trading estate development is exemplified by the trading estate depicted in this film. The degree of success it has achieved in the last few years can be regarded as phenomenal. People are always asking Sir Noel Mobbs about Slough Estates Limited. All he'll say is, "We're doing fine." He cannot, however, resist a smile as he adds,
"You have just seen the world-renowned trading estate at Slough, within sight of Windsor Castle, which from small beginnings 25 years ago, year by year we have enlarged until today. The 600 acres produce a rental and services roll of over £550,000 per annum at Slough. Over £100,000 is the income at our newer estates, and every original shareholder has seen his investment quadrupled in value. It is no lucky accident, but the result of a quarter of a century of research and experiment into the requirements of the manufacturers of light industrial goods, into the siting and design of the right type of factories with all their ancillary services, and the provision of facilities for the sale and economical transport of the goods manufactured both for the home and the export market. Life feeds upon life, and manufacturer upon manufacturer. 225 firms occupying 557 factories on half a square mile, unencumbered by a single house or non-residential building, intertrade much to their mutual benefit. The railways and haulage contractors provide special facilities for the goods to reach London and the ports. Housing units built by the local authorities enable workers to live within half a mile of their work, and the exodus at knocking off time of thousands upon thousands of cyclists is a sight for the gods, and alas, of a few accidents. A second trading estate has 159 factories occupied by 52 firms 4 miles from the centre of Birmingham. There is a third at Greenford, and our company was commissioned by the Board of Trade in 1947 to build a £1 million trading estate at Swansea. Abroad, sites for trading estates have been purchased in Canada and Australia. The Slough Trading Estate Plan is the first one in the world in which groups of manufacturers have been able to rent modern factories built in advance of requirements and ready to step into. Not only is there no delay in starting immediately to manufacture their goods, but the manufacturer is able to use in furthering his business the money which in other circumstances he would have to put into bricks and mortar. 400 years ago, Queen Mary said that Calais would one day be found written upon her heart. Slough will surely be found written upon the heart of the light industrial world when our chain of empire trading estates nears completion.